Yeah, welcome once again to Biotics Channel, the online platform of African Center for Biotics Training and Research, based in the University of Lagos, University of First Choice and the nation's pride. We established a biotics forum where we interact, where we deliberate, where we brainstorm on biotical issues and challenges that affect humanity and society. Today, we are going to be listening to a seasoned journalist, Dr. Adekunle Yusuf. He's going to be telling us about AI in journalism. So let me introduce the people on the other panelists on the stage. By my left hand here is
Matthew Itodo, PhD, University of Lagos.
Adawari Ranka, PhD, University of Lagos.
Aneke Pascal Chinonye and Adekunle Yusuf himself. So, sir, the floor is open for you to tell us something about AI, artificial intelligence in journalism.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here, and we thank the convener for bringing us together at
Thank you
least
for
to
thanking
share
me.
our little, ideas and all of that. Uh, I'm a journalist by profession, and that we've been doing, for over 2 decades. And if you don't know anything, at least we know journalism practice. Yeah. So now, the basic things we do in journalism, all of you know because you are consumers of the mass media content. So when it comes to news, interviews, editorials, analysis, all of that, those are part of the main works of journalism, documentaries, all those things you see. Now, with AI, it has really, really changed everything. When you look at it from, it has really transformed everything from how content is created, how content is distributed, how content is consumed, how content is analyzed. Because everything around journalism is about content. So now you dig deeper, you realize that the reporter who has to do this, do that, which is very difficult sometimes. With AI, everything becomes easier. Believe me, you can do your research, about any topic, you know, any topic, AI will make it easy for you. You research your topic and you get comprehensive, reports, analysis through AI. Before, we need to return to the library. The media houses always have their own library too. So we resort to the library. We usually have a librarian. So now all those ones, I doubt if you need them anymore. Now, if there's also automated, reporting, it is done through AI. You see content optimization, by this I mean if you go to your website, AI can help you to analyze this and this kind of stories are what people read most on your website. So concentrate more on this kind of stories. Or maybe it's video. This it will analyze for you. You see, there's no way you can do long form reporting, deep, analysis without resorting to data. So many of these data are generated by scholars like you, or sometimes in the industry, research organizations, NGOs, global, organizations, institutions, and all of that. So with AI, you can extract everything from everywhere and come up with superb analysis. These are beautiful things, aren't they?
Of course.
Sure.
So, so you see that it has made the work extremely efficient. But that's just the good part of it.
Okay.
When you now come to the other side, people who are asking job displacement with this, do you need
AI is
reporters?
taking our job.
Do you need sub editors? Do you need proofreaders? Do you need editors? No, these are
Of
genuine
course,
Yes,
fears.
these are, of
legitimate
These
course.
are these
concerns.
are
Legitimate
and
concerns.
you got to listen to those fears. They are not We are not saying these things are true, but at least we must engage critically with some of these. So people are talking about bias and objectivity. without objectivity, believe me, every journalistic endeavor is meaningless. It doesn't help anybody. So now people are asking what you see or generated through or whatever is generated through AI, is it can we take it as an
I think as
objective
well.
piece of journalistic, work, or is it a continuation or regurgitation of the bias of the, algorithm, experts? These are issues people are talking about, and we need experts to help us in people are even talking about quality. That, are we sure that what we are uploading, that is the quality is
Genuine.
that is the quality okay? Then what about the accuracy? There are many times I just sent a piece of I helped somebody to edit a book, and I've been doing that in the last 3 days. I completed it this morning, you know, and I made use of this technology in some aspect. There are some others say, no, this is not what is in the book. Just help me with it. It will give you a totally different. And you need to know. If you don't follow. So all those issues around accountability, transparency, and all of those things. Now, I said, since we have experts in the house, we need to discuss them. The other time I was talking about deep fakes. You can take the picture of anybody here, and you do video interview. Yes, without ever granting any interview, and this thing will look so convincing that many people will believe it. So with this, so this has created a lot of room for misinformation. We're in the era of fake news, and the danger this poses to the society is that it can lead to anything: fake news, misinformation, disinformation, all those things. So how do we solve some of these problems? Experts, please help us.
Well, thank you for that submission. You really touched it greatly, very concise. And you mentioned that when it still needs that human power.
Of course.
When you expected to get reply, AI gave you a totally different thing. If your brain is not sharper than AI, you will not detect that it was giving you a different thing. So our brain also has to be higher than that of AI to know when AI is going the wrong way.
Yes.
But then when you come to the issue of reporting, journalism is one of the things that condition our belief, condition our ideologies. You portray an ideology, people believe and influences their action. So it's an action-oriented set of ideas. So tell what we hear in the news is what we believe. And this belief translates to concrete action. So when this is compromised through either hacking of AI or AI going to develop this algorithm that will give us wrong information, maybe tell us a nation is rising against our nation in war, preparing, going to start tomorrow. It makes us to begin to prepare and going to fight a battle that is not real. Or it tells us something about the government. They say there's going to be military coup, you have planned it, so people are involved. And the government will hear this and start arresting those people. And they are not really involved. So what will we do? Are we in danger? Are we in danger? Is AI serving us or is bringing offering us a disservice? Are we in danger? Are we in danger?
Yeah. We're in danger, really. We're in danger. We have to admit it. That's where the issue of regulations come in. So I think it is the role of experts to create regulatory bodies or manage the demerits of use of AI. That's what I believe.
So when the information comes, are you going to call the experts first
No,
to
no,
check the
no.
veracity, or begin to use, or it makes you to begin to act immediately in
Yeah, they'll be
self-defense?
proactive. They'll be
You know,
proactive.
that is-
It'll be proactive.
The beauty of the human race is its ability to adapt.
Yeah, adaptability. Not as
And that's the beauty of the human race.
adaptability.
And about the solutions to some of these problems and ethical issues that have been raised, I think so much work has been done on this. Elon Musk is doing a lot with Twitter with the community notes. There are issues where fake videos are being circulated online, and the fact a veteran like you can look at a video, look at the report, and say, ah, this report is fake out of experience and out of your knowledge. So people like you can come up with community notes and this is fake for so so and so reason because you know. And it now brings us to the first question about AI replacing reporters, replacing proofreaders, and so on and so forth. Now, as far as we keep having issues like we have issues like deepfake and so on and so forth, then humans will continue to be very relevant because AI does not go to the field to go and gather data. And when AI is actually taking us towards a wrong direction, it is also in the place of humans to actually identify it and redirect AI. So you see the role of humans here in AI.
Crucial.
Yeah, it's still very crucial in AI.
Indispensable.
It's very indispensable, and I think so much work has been done on this by Onyekachi Onoha from University of Calabar. I think he has done so much research work the on digital literature and digital literacy about the ethical issues and how we can actually mitigate most of them. So,
I think I align with that idea because from the point of view of media practitioners, there are technology or tools that you can use to fact check
Okay.
because many of these things you cannot detect with your ordinary
Immediately.
eyes. You believe them, you think it is genuine or true, but a more smart person will just know that, oh, let me fact check. But what about the rest of the populace? Because when you are discussing journalism practice, you are discussing news, you are discussing journalism, it's about public opinion.
mhm.
Because this eventually helps people to make up their mind
Yeah.
on certain issues. So when there is fake news, there's misinformation, there is this, there is that. I think the challenge should be how the society, helps in, helps the people in acquiring what they call, digital literacy or media literacy. With media literacy, it helps you to know, to spot out, certain things that no, 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 this can't be true. Because there's a lot of harm when objectivity is not there, when there is no accuracy, when there is bias, when there is misinformation, and all this through deep fake technology, all these are happening. And in any democracy, it poses a lot of danger. So I think the real effort should be how we can tweak our curriculum to teach people, to equip people with media literacy skills.
Of course.
It's not because they want to become journalists or media experts, but it helps them with critical thinking ability or skills when they engage with media reports. That's
Yes.
my submission.
I agree with what Dr. Adekunle has said. I think education and continuous improvement is key. But then I think there's an elephant in the room we've not addressed. I think for a while the Nigerian government through the National Assembly has been making frantic efforts to actually address this issue of deepfake and fake news and the misuse of AI in journalism with this new cybersecurity law. But then it seemed to be like, of course, like we are discussing here, misinformation. There seems to be so much misinformation about what the Cybersecurity Act is saying. So I don't know if Dr. Adekunle can actually give us an overview of the if what the National Assembly is doing is truly a way of censorship as the media and the society is looking at it right now because of so much misinformation that is flying about it.
The government, they always want to restrict, the press freedom, and with that, free speech.
Mhm.
They always feel uncomfortable when there is you
Freedom of
know,
expression. Freedom of expression.
and you know, the reason being that with the coming of social media, journalism has changed. Everybody, from here now, you can do something, post online, and it can go viral. So we are now talking about the era of mass media. No, no longer the traditional media. We now have the social media too. So because some of the things the mass media of that time can do, the social media of today can also do
And
them.
even much more better.
So, and that is what is making government to be jittery. When social media came, we were jittery too. The idea was that, hey, journalism will not perish, journalism will die, no mass media, and all of that. But we realized that the social media has actually come to help the traditional, media. But unfortunately, there are many times something will go viral, whereas it is fake. And because we pick it from there and it enters into the traditional media. Since a lot of people don't believe information they get on the social media. But by the time it creeps into possibly Punch, The Nation, Guardian, and all of that, I see it on TV, they believe it. But ultimately, you realize it is fake. So some of these things are making government to be jittery. During the last administration, we say that they even prescribed death penalty for we were just laughing. And you will see is it NBC or what they call it, National Broadcasting,
The NBC.
always, finding media, say 10 million, go and pay 10 million, go and pay 5 million. So you are not a court. You are part of the executive, arm of. Why are you? So until they now went to court and the court said never again. Now you can see that you don't see the NBC fine, placing fines on anything again. So that is it. The truth is that for as long as we have, people in government and we have society, there will be a continuous tension between those in power, who don't want you to have all the freedom, and the governed who want to have all the freedom. So the tension will continue. It's not only limited to our country. If you see in the US now, people are applauding, the new president, that at least, yeah, whatever you want to do, they are coming with a new department of governmental
Government
efficiency,
efficiency, yes.
governmental efficiency, that whatever you want to handle, do in the whole, don't talk. Some people are saying no, leave the whole, handle the new what you.
Yeah, exactly.
So the tension will continue. The tension will continue. They only vary from country to country. Today, we don't have death penalty for fake news in Nigeria. The president then didn't sign it, and when people rose up against the national assembly, the idea was dropped, and they kept bringing it out each time, but it has never worked because they didn't prescribe death penalty for embezzling public fund, and that's what most of them do
Of
in
course.
public office. But somebody that makes a mistake, what people do mostly now in the area of cyber, something you are saying, we have criminals who exploit, the liberal, space offered by the new media. Yeah. So they use it to blackmail people, and all of that. So those are some of the challenges we are facing. But I don't think we can have a death penalty.
So that means you are looking at an era of community journalism now.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, it's really interesting, very insightful discussion. We'll call you again, but we need to dig deeper. Because journalism controls conditions, what we believe, how we believe, and how we act.
we didn't go into we didn't
Yeah,
go,
the
we didn't
little,
go
the
to
little side has
advertising.
already.
Yeah.
We didn't go into
Of course.
public relations.
Yeah.
There are so many
Yeah,
areas.
we
but
still need to
we
go
don't
to
limit
ethics in advertising. We're going to touch that. That's the area you're coming. So as I mentioned something about adaptability, we understand that humanity has that capacity to adapt to situations. When we're talking about literacy, is it literary skill, media literacy?
Yeah.
The addition of media literacy is important for us to really know how to manage social media, check information we're going to rely on, check objectivity. So when the question rises as to the test of bias objectivity vis-a-vis deep fake, the issue of ethical journalism comes in. And then it has to evolve. Our understanding, our knowledge has to evolve beyond the level of our technology. So that is what I think can make us to adapt. The human knowledge needs to will continue to evolve. When we invite the culture of media literacy, that will also help our mind to evolve beyond that. They're giving us, coming to what VR Potter said about human being desperate in need of knowledge on how to use our knowledge. So we still come back to the establishment of bioethics as a new discipline that will train humanity, equip us with the knowledge on how to use our knowledge, so that the endless search for wisdom will be still following the trajectory that will respect human values, even as we advance in knowledge. So thank you very much. We draw a curtain down on this segment.